Good morning, boys and girls, from Black Powder headquarters and the Bojangles studio high on Sassafras Mountain. CVA presents Real Tree Radio. Welcome to a brand new, unused Saturday morning. Good morning, boys and girls, from Black Powder headquarters and the Bojangles studio high on Sassafras Mountain. O'Neill Outside presents Real Tree Radio on a brand new, unused Saturday morning. Yes, indeed, Labor Day weekend. Time to spend some quality time with your family. No more discussions for the next 2 hours at least about John McCain or any soul singers, and I appreciate them all, but it's time to set all that aside, all the political issues, and spend some outdoor time with your family. Let's talk hunting, let's talk fishing, let's talk camping, hiking, and how you can enjoy the time with your family and involve yourself in the outdoors. It's 7 after the hour, and Woman Williams is here today. Yes, indeed. Yeah, you're looking good too, baby.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you bet.
I just hate this headphone.
Oh, makes your hair kind of squash out.
It messes my hair up.
Okay,
yeah.
well, it messes my hair up too.
I know.
Yeah.
I noticed.
Flattens it out. No kidding. Okay, we've got a lot of things to do today. It's my pleasure to invite you to watch O'Neill Outside television, Fox Sports Southeast, Fox Florida, Fox Arizona, the Hunt Channel, Tough TV, oh my goodness, the Pursuit Channel, on and on and on. And this week's episode, I'm with my grandson, 18-year-old Cody, and the little bit of a reversal. Cody is showing me about where to hunt whitetails. Ooh. And what does he see? Does he pass up the buck? Does he take a doe? Why is he in that position? He shows me and therefore shows you. And there's a lesson to be learned there, even from an 18-year-old. So we'll have a lot of things to do. The Silent Hero, the Medal of Honor, the radio prize package, and so many more things. Let me remind you that I just supplied Horsetown, all the Horsetown stores, and Cherokee County Toyota with new signed O'Neill Outside mesh caps, fishing hats, like that one. And, well, this is a CVA hat. Anyway, all you have to do is go to Cherokee County Toyota or the Horsetown stores. You don't have to buy anything. Just walk in and say, hey, where's my hat? They're signed and they're for you. Yes, indeed. So go in and ask for them. That shows you'll be listening to the program. This is O'Neill. A little break, and then we will. You're listening to O'Neill Outside, the #1 live outdoor-based radio talk show in the world, and now is the time for you to reap something from that. The telephone numbers for you to be in contact with the program are 404-872-0750, 404-872-0750 in the Atlanta area, and across the world at 800-972-8255. That's 800-972-8255. Let's get some activity going. Want to give away a prize package? Want to?
Sure, we can do that.
Okay. Why don't you give us the rules and the prize package, and I'll ask the question, and you can win something by listening to the radio show or watching on Facebook.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay, you must be 18 years old or older to win the prize package, and if you've ever won a prize package in the last year, let somebody else win this one.
Okay.
You said ever the other day, and that was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
We changed that rule.
Yeah.
Okay. You got it?
Got it.
All right, got it. Okay, you can win a FireAid fire suppressor, a $25 gift certificate to Bass Pro Shop, a $10 gift card to Bojangles, and a bag, and a voucher for a Swaggerty's Farm product, a Georgia DNR Regulations magazine, a hat, a keychain, and a Game Check wallet keeper. A bottle of Big Green Egg barbecue sauce, a Real Tree hat and decal combo, a Data Sport forecaster, and a moon phase clock. It's all the same thing, isn't it?
Yes.
The latest edition of the Angler magazine, the latest edition of Dude magazine. Now this is a one magazine. It's not a subscription. I think someone got confused about that one
Yes,
time.
they did.
That's not a subscription. It's the latest edition of each one. 2 cans of Fisher's Choice baits, 2 packages of Bug Band wipes, True Turn lure and package of hooks, a Thunder Chicken by Captain Mark Noble, and a Thorogood Boots hat. And I think
That's a pretty good
That's
size
it.
box of goodies, isn't it?
pretty good size, yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah,
All
not
right, it's
bad.
14 after the hour, and here is the question. 2 weeks ago on the program, with my addled brain, I was talking about one of my favorite guides. I was talking about his attributes and the big fish I've caught with him over the years, but I couldn't remember his name, and I looked like an idiot, which, quite frankly, is about half the time. Who was I talking about? Ooh. We established who it was later on in the program, but for a while there, I couldn't remember who it was.
I was up there trying to holler the name down here for you.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, let's see if let me get my glasses out here. We'll entertain this first call. If I can see the name, well, it doesn't have a name, so somebody must be just listening. This new color combination. See what we have here, so that you'll know. The program is broadcast from our little cabin. It's called the Three Falls Cabin because there are 2 little waterfalls in that direction and a waterfall over there. And Gail named the place Three Falls Cabin. And it's engineered from here in the North Georgia mountains. We call it the Bojangles Studio. The signal goes from here to WSB Radio in Atlanta, which has a wonderful engineer by the name of Jason Byers. When he's not drinking coffee, he's engineering. And then it goes, I believe it goes from there to Houston, Texas, to the Sports Broadcast Radio Network affiliate there, and is rebroadcast within about a split second to the SB, Sports Broadcast Nation, across the country to 126 affiliates. Whew. So it's all very tiring to me.
You left them out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I left. And in Peachtree City, we have Karen and Brian Green, which the signal goes from WSB to Peachtree City and Peachtree City, Georgia, to Houston, Texas. Good grief, what a mob.
Yeah, if it wasn't for that, it would never get to Houston, Texas.
It would never get there, and I would commit harry-carry.
Yeah.
So there you are. In any case, at 16 after the hour, that's the way this works. And so a lot of times, well, I tell you what. Oh, good. Here's a good call. And while you guys call about the radio prize package, and right now I'm going to speak to Donna. Good morning, Donna.
Hello.
Good morning, Donna. Donna, am I punching the wrong button? Have you got her, Jason?
She should be there.
Donna, are you there, please?
Hello.
There you are, Donna.
Hello.
How are you? Oh, Donna
She
couldn't
can't
hear
hear.
me?
Evidently not. That's what Karen said.
Oh, fiddlesticks. It's something you did, Jason.
You always blame it on somebody.
I got to blame it on
It's
somebody.
Not ever your fault.
Okay. Well, maybe Donna will call back because I do want to talk to Donna because she has a coyote problem and I need to help fix it. So, all right, you have the radio prize package, and maybe that's Donna calling back. If it is, I'll try to hit the right button. And all right, punch me in
She's
there,
back,
Jason,
should be
so I
fixed.
can speak to Donna. Donna.
Should be there.
Good morning.
Good morning, Donna. This is Donna Reed. Is that right?
Yes, sir, in Hall County. I've spoken with you before. I won one of those glorious packages of prize goodies from you. I was the one that knew where you learned to fish in Tiger, Georgia, and gave it to my little relatives that went fishing on St. Simons for the first time. But I'm always speaking of you fondly. I'm calling again about coyotes.
Yes, we had a
We had
conversation
a
about
terrible
coyotes because you
Yes,
said
and
that
they're
you have
terrible
you have a trouble with coyotes and you want to know what to do about it.
yes, and I thought I came in on the tail end last week. Were you talking about coyotes when I heard? Or am
I
I
was.
just dreaming? Yes. Well,
I
do you
was.
mind
So,
repeating?
So two things. Ready?
Yes.
Number one, I want you to know that I enjoyed your television show, and I especially liked Donna Fabre. Okay, I thought she was really cute, and you have held up very well. I will tell you that.
It's
Shelley.
easy, but it was
Shelley Fabre.
Shelley.
That's right.
You know, you date yourself, and I tell people all the time that it's a wonderful life, and millennials just look at me like they have never seen that Christmas movie. But
There's one of these days I'll tell the whole story about how that movie, It's a Wonderful Life, became so popular. But right now, our subject matter is coyotes.
Love to hear that. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm taking notes.
All right,
All
just
right,
a moment. I'm
first of
getting
all-
counseled by Gail.
Yes, you're going to get some counseling. I don't want this to go on for the whole show, okay?
Okay.
O'Neill has had surgery. He is on a steroid dose pack. And if you've ever had one of those steroid dose packs, you know that it makes you talk a lot and it makes you hyper. And it also causes you to cut people off in the middle of a sentence. So I'm just saying, O'Neill, give them time to finish their sentence before you break in, okay?
Okay, let me ask a question then.
I'm
Okay,
all right.
what?
I'm okay.
All right, Donna,
I
have
just
you
wanna know
finished
how
your
to get rid of
sentence?
coyotes in North Hall County.
Okay. And here is the answer to your question. Ready?
Yes. You're ready.
You have to hire a professional trapper.
Is this the guy in Social Circle?
Oh,
that
there are
you
a lot
mentioned
of
last
them.
year? Oh, okay.
You can't hunt them enough. The one that you shoot in the driveway is dead, but that you can't shoot enough of them to make a dent in the population at all. You must hire someone to trap them. That's the only way that you can have any effect on the population.
That sounds like a full-time job for somebody in rural North Georgia.
Well,
I mean, we have so many.
I
What
know,
do I do?
but
Start
you
a
can't.
posse, an anti-coyote posse? I mean,
Well, Donna. That's the trouble. If you had the posse would have to be in the woods every day with their rifles for 365 days. They won't be. So it has to be
one
trapped.
trapper will do this. One trapper will do this.
No, but he can have some effect in your immediate neighborhood, in your immediate
I live-
area.
Okay, this is rural Hall County.
Well,
so,
I understand.
Mike, let's see, is his name Mike Kane?
I don't
The
know.
guy that.
I'll look it up for you, Donna. I got to go to a break right now.
But there is a guy,
you want me to
Donna.
hold? You want me to hold?
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, do that.
This is O'Neill.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to let her
All
hold
right.
on. Let her hold on, please, Jason, and I'll be back. You're listening to O'Neill Outside, and we're in the middle of a conversation with Donna Reed between her television show and the other movies that she's made. And we're talking about coyotes, and so we're going to get to the coyote problem one more time. Donna, hold on. Gail Williams wants to say something.
Yes, we have a hog problem up here in the mountains where we live in North Georgia, and I'm pretty sure the same guy would be an area where you live in an area where he would service that, I think. And
Okay.
his last name is Kane. I think it's Mark. It's either Mark or Mike. I forget which, but it's Kane
With a K or a C?
with a C-A-I-N. Yeah.
Well, you,
Okay.
It's
Donna,
an
you will
animal.
be able to go to the internet and narrow it down
Okay.
as to your part of Georgia, and you will be able to find someone that can
Okay.
help trap the coyotes.
All right. I've waited long enough. May I ask you one more question?
Sure.
Do you remember talking about some group of people that take veterans that are disabled or injured or whatever hunting? Do I remember hearing that correctly? That there's a group that you
Well,
recommend?
there is the first one that comes to mind is located here in the North Atlanta area, and it's easy to find because it's called Project One Voice.
Okay, I'm
That's-
writing that down.
Gail
too.
is telling me that's not it.
Operation One
Operation One Voice.
Okay, Operation One
And
Voice.
it's firefighters, police, Army and military veterans and all, and they get together, and it's a very upstanding, and all of the money goes to those purposes.
Yeah, that's
Well, I was just thinking it would make a great gift certificate kind of thing for Christmas
Wonderful.
presents for people.
Wonderful.
So I wondered
Good
who that
idea.
was.
they
Okay.
they
All
have
right.
a website, and I believe it's OperationOneVoice.org. I think it's a
All
.org.
right.
Okay, Donna, thanks.
righty.
You stay in
Thank
touch
you.
more
Thank
often.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a
You
good
bet.
morning.
You bet. See you
Bye.
soon. There you
Thanks.
are. Okay, do we have a winner as yet, Jason? We do not, evidently. So let's see who's been
No.
up the longest. Here's Roadster. What do you say, my friend? You're on the radio. What do you say?
Hey, Rascal. just-
You thought I was going to say
I
that,
want-
didn't you?
Yeah. I'm headed to Brigadoon to pet my brown trout.
Okay.
And I was just thinking about a couple of weeks ago, you were talking about walleyes on Lanier. And what's that? Is that 6 Mile? What creek is that you were talking about?
Go all the way up the Chestatee River.
Yes, sir.
They will stay in the main channel up the river. They will, a few, but not many, will divert into a creek. They want to go
Yes,
with
sir.
the strongest current, so that puts them up the Chattahoochee, and it puts them up the Chestatee. To me,
Yes, sir.
the Chestatee's easier to manage.
I got you.
Full moon in
And would that-
February,
would that-
walleye.
February, okay. Would that work on Sea Lake below Lake Burton, you think?
Yes,
If we went up, you know below the dam on Burton.
Yes.
And see, that's a very shallow area right there, and I think that would work.
It no doubt does. I have a good friend, Glenn is his name, and he has a home there on Seed Lake, and he does it every February and just has plenty of walleye for dinner.
That's what I thought. Another thing, crabapple, milk crabapple.
Yes.
I would love for you to. I think he's got a L.C. Smith 16 gauge double barrel American made shotgun.
Okay.
I would love for you to get people interested in getting American double guns, L.C. Smith, Parker Brothers, Fox Sterlingworth shotguns, and American-made beautiful guns that are sitting rusting, and all of a sudden they turn up in a pawn shop, and people are cutting these guns up.
Oh.
Just to have Milk Crab Apple talk about antique collectible American shotguns.
Okay.
You're a good guy. Bye.
Yeah. I'll see you later, man.
All right, buddy. Bye.
All right, buddy. That Roadster's all right. Okay, remember the radio prize package. We got a great prize package. You know the telephone numbers. 2 weeks ago, I had a brain snap, and I could not forget the name of one of my favorite guides on the Georgia coast. And I stumbled around, and I couldn't remember his name until later in the program. Who was I talking about? I was talking about whom? Who is that guy? And you win the radio prize package. Right now, let's talk to Wade. He's talking, here's Wade, and he's calling from Kennesaw, Georgia. Good morning, Wade.
Morning, I'm in Peachtree City, Newnan, Georgia.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I'm down here with my buddy, Raj.
Uh-huh.
Down here, his father, he had a little, took him off right below the knee. We come in here and make the house handicap accessible. So he's a veteran from the Navy from a long way back. But I'm down here in Georgia, and I'm going to be back up there in Dawsonville before you know it fishing.
Good.
My buddies are talking about dove hunting. I know it opens this weekend.
Yes.
And I'm a member in that club over just south of Athens and Gold Dogs.
You betcha.
They gonna hunt over there today. We might stop by there on the way home.
There you are.
But I'm glad to be back in Georgia. I'm going to do hunting and fishing, then I got to get back up to Kentucky, take care of Papa. They found a little cyst on his kidney, so everybody pray for Papa.
Well, you know, family comes first, sir.
Sir, yes, sir. And I'm here with one of my best, closest buddies.
Yep.
take care of his family, and then I get my butt back up to Kentucky and help take care of my family.
You betcha. There'll be time for you later.
I
Right
miss-
now, it's for you to take care of the
Oh
family.
yeah, I got plenty of time for me. But I dove hunting. Now I was hunted the Redlands. I never hunted the Redlands. I've been down there with him 2 years ago, and I went over hung out with Robbie and Jeff at our hunting club.
Uh-huh.
While Kyle went to the Redlands. Is it been hyped up much this year? I know it's an opening weekend.
Say again, Wade.
Well, dove season starts this weekend.
Yes, it starts at noon today.
Yeah, I love that noon part. It's
Yeah.
always been the fun part. You get to hang out with your buddies and cut
There
up and
you
can't
go.
shoot till noon.
It's a social occasion.
Oh yeah, I've been doing it my whole life.
You bet. I'm
remember
going
I
to a
told you
fish
about
fry
that,
today about that. Good
Daddy-
luck to you,
Daddy
Wade.
Never know that. Sir?
I say good luck to you, Wade. I hope you have a great hunt. And I appreciate
now,
you calling and
put me
stay
on
in
hold.
touch.
Put me on hold so I can listen to you on there. I don't have a radio.
Okay, I'll put you on there. We go. You're on hold. All right, it's 33 after the hour, and we do not have a winner yet. Unbelievable. But we can talk to Chris, calling from Jasper, Georgia. I think I've got Chris rung up here. There's Chris right there on O'Neill Outside. Good morning, Chris.
Hey, O'Neill.
Hey.
Quick question. I hunt in South Georgia, and I don't like wearing the nets like on my face. I like my face open, but mosquitoes, tote you away, especially down there. What do you use? What do you suggest? I know for also sweat. I know you've said something about, and I don't have this stuff that goes under your clothes. I need to know what that is. But what do you use to keep the mainly mosquitoes off of your hands and your face?
What do I use
Don't
to
like to use that. I don't want to use anything that's got a lot of chemicals, that
Right,
may be
deep.
harmful.
Here's the thing for you to use, and you can rub it on your hands and face. Ready? It's called Bug Ban, and it's made from the stem of a geranium plant. It's the juice out of the stem of a geranium. It's called geranol, and you can put that on your hands and face. It's a natural chemical, but it is a natural repellent for bugs.
Okay, Bug Ban. That's easy enough.
Yeah, it's a great product, and it's made right here in Cartersville, Georgia.
Oh, okay. It's right down the road. What do you put under your clothing for the sweat? I know you've advertised it in the past. I can't remember what it is.
Well, I do wear when the temperatures warrant. I'll wear it's a Real Tree product. It's right next to your skin. What do you call that? Doggone it! But it's the Real Tree product is infused with silver. It has silver threads in it, and that's a natural deterrent to the growth of bacteria. It's not you that smells, it's the bacteria that smells. Well, the silver doesn't allow the bacteria to grow. So if you wear that right next to your skin, it's a stretch fabric. It's not hot, but it will significantly reduce the smell of your human scent.
Well, I'm going down to Bass Pro Shop. Just ask them. You don't have the name.
They know it. They know.
They should know.
Like Under Armour or something
Under
like
Armour makes it. A lot of people do, but it's next
There's
to
a
your
name.
body.
Yeah.
Here we go. See, O'Neill's brain is gone.
Well, okay. I appreciate it.
You bet.
I'll
But
ask them.
you
Thanks a
use
lot.
that
Appreciate
and use a Bug Ban, and you're in good shape. That's the best you can do.
Right. Thank you. Have a great
You bet.
weekend.
Thanks, Chris. All right. Yeah, it's 36 after the hour, almost 37. This is O'Neill Outside, 404-872-0750, or outside the Atlanta calling area is 800-972-8255. In the next 15 seconds allows me to ask you to visit o'neilloutside.com. And on the store, you can purchase O'Neill Outside, 65 Years in the Outdoors. It's my new book. I promise you will enjoy it. O'NeillOutside.com, and we'll be back. 40 minutes after the hour, this is O'Neill, and we have an answer to the radio prize package question. We'll get to that because we're going to get that box out of here because it's full of goodies. And the question was, 2 weeks ago, O'Neill couldn't remember the name of his favorite guide on the Georgia coast, and I stumbled around and made an idiot out of myself. But right now, let's talk to Curtis. He's calling from Buckhead, Georgia. If I can bring up Curtis, there we go. There you are. Good morning, Curtis.
Hey, how are you?
Well, you're on the radio. How about that?
That's great.
And your brain is going to make you a little prize package winner here. How about that?
There you go.
What was the name of the guide that I couldn't remember?
Mark Noble.
Yes, indeed. I've caught my my fill of fish with Mark Noble. I tell you what, he's a fabulous guide, and I'm glad you remembered his name, even though I could not 2 weeks ago.
Well, great.
So
I look forward to it.
You betcha. Well, have we got all your information?
Yes, it did.
Okay, mighty fine. Give us a couple of weeks to round it up and get it to you, and I hope you enjoy, and thanks for getting up and calling the show this morning.
Sure will. Thanks.
You bet. Thanks, Curtis. There you go. That's nice to give a package away to somebody who appreciates it. How about that, huh? Okay. Now, wait a minute. No, I want to do this first. The 4 gun safety rules. Ready? I like to do this often. The 4 gun safety rules, and I get an awful lot of information that I use on educational information that I get on the show here. I get it from Realtree.com. If you're not getting the Realtree.com newsletter, you're missing out. 4 gun safety rules. Ready? Number 1. All guns are always loaded. You never have to ask, you never should have to ask, is this gun loaded? All guns are always loaded. Number 1. Number 2, never let the muzzle cover anything that you're not willing to shoot or kill. You cannot be too careful. Never swing the muzzle loader, rifle, long gun, shotgun, pistol, no matter what. The muzzle never, ever points toward anyone. I have a couple of people in mind, but I'll let them go by. Number 3, keep your finger off the trigger. Isn't it funny? You watch these television shows and radio shows, and people are pointing guns at each other, and they have their finger on the trigger. Who's the consult on these movies? Never, ever put your finger on the trigger until you are ready to pull the trigger. Number 4, be sure of your target, okay, and what is beyond your target. And you can easily see the reasons why. Those are good, aren't they?
Outstanding.
Yes, indeed. 404-872-0750, 800-972-8255. I was going to talk about today, next Saturday in Georgia is the opening day of the archery season for whitetail deer. We have a long season here in Georgia. And it'll be opening up across the South and into Texas and everything, and we'll have a fabulous whitetail season. There are 36 million whitetail deer in the United States, and there's the #1 fur-bearing animal target in the country. Fabulous. Okay. There are some tips about being able to make the most of your deer hunt. Scent control, cover, shot placement, hours in the stand. Do you hunt all day? Do you not hunt all day? Do you carry a flashlight so you can go in early and leave late? There's a whole number of things that can make your whitetail hunt all it should be, all it needs to be, all it can be. But here's a lesson for you. Ready? a good old friend of mine. His name was Roscoe Reams. He was an outstanding hunter. He was a natural at it, and he had been hunting since the late 40s. He's deceased now. And on the television show one day, Travis was interviewing Roscoe, and they were talking about turkey hunting. And Travis asked Roscoe the question, Roscoe, what is the most important thing about the turkey hunt? The setup, scout, the call, the shot, the placement of the stand? What is the most important thing? And I'm going to translate that back over to deer hunting. What is the most important thing about those things we discussed about deer hunting? To quote Roscoe, whatever it is that you're doing at the time is the most important part of the hunt. And that is a lesson in life. And it came from, at the time, about a 74-year-old man with 60 years of hunting experience. And he was a treasure. Roscoe Reams. Okay. Let's see. It's 46 after the hour.
Can't you just see everybody writing that name down?
Okay, that is not going to be the radio prize package question next week. Or will it?
Or it may be in the future.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
At 46 after the hour. Now let's talk to Ken. Ken is calling from Loganville, Georgia. Good morning, Ken. You're on O'Neill Outside. Welcome.
How you doing, O'Neill?
I'm doing really good.
Got a question for you. Is the largemouth bass a territorial fish that live in a central location its whole life?
Pretty much.
Okay.
He doesn't. He's opposite of being a migratory. He will, if you will, migrate up and down in the temperature column, and he will follow some current, but not very far. A largemouth bass in a river will lead his entire life in the river. Largemouth bass in the lake it'll lead his entire life in the lake. He's not a migratory animal.
Well, the reason I asked this question is I fish West Point. I'm from Hogansville.
Okay.
I know you said Logansville, but it's Hogansville.
Okay.
And I do a good bit of fishing on West Point, and I've caught what I'm thinking is the same fish in the same location 2 weeks in a row.
I believe that.
I mean, size, the same location, the bait he hit was, identical. Time of day was almost identical when I caught him. He was too small to keep. Got to be 14 inches down there, and he's like 13 inches. And I've caught him twice. I believe it's the same fish.
I believe that, too. I would not be a bit surprised. His life is governed by the current, the amount of food in his area, the acidity of the water, and the temperature of the water. If all of those things fit or they do not change, then he will remain in the same spot.
Well, I'm thinking it's him, man, because nothing has changed. I mean, like I said, there was no major changes being made. There's a plentiful food source where I've caught him. I mean, caught him with a topwater popping bug on a fly rod, and there's all kind of insects and stuff, that they feed off of like that. And by the way, I picked up a new hobby in the last couple of weeks. I'm starting to try to tie my own flies.
Oh, boy.
So it's something interesting, something to do. Go on YouTube, you can find all kind of videos on how to do it. So it's not, that complicated. You got somebody sitting there watching somebody do it and just follow their example. Just like everything else in life, you follow somebody's example that's good at what they do, and you'll come out ahead.
You bet. The sincerest form of flattery is imitation.
Well, I flatter you all the time because I try to imitate you and your wisdom and try to pass on the wisdom that I learned from you to everybody I run into, I guess. So.
Well, you're very kind. Let me comment to you then, please, and issue a compliment back to you because of your experience with that fish in that part of the lake and what happened to you that day determined for you that it was the same fish, and therefore it applies to most of the fish in like manner, and you figured it out.
That sounds great. Well, I hope to see you next week at the Ronnie Thames Foundation dinner.
Oh, yes.
Gala that's going on.
Yes, indeed. I will be there, and I will bring a book to you.
Well, you've already sent me a book. My friend, my relatives, David and Kathy at Fire Aid, I got you to buy me a book.
Ken, I remember the book. We were at the demonstration, weren't we?
Yes, sir, we were. You signed the hat for me, a Fire Aid hat for me that day, and then a couple of weeks later I got your book in the mail when you took, I think, some books down there to the Fire Aid outfit. Kathy had you sign one for me and send it to me, and I appreciate it. I've really enjoyed your book, enjoy your radio show, enjoy it. Looking forward to seeing you again next Saturday night. Me and my wife will be there, and looking forward to having a good time that evening.
You bet. It'll be quite a crowd. Let's be sure and look each other up.
We'll do it.
Mighty fine. See you soon.
You take care.
You bet. There we go. I met Ken at the Fire Aid demo there in near the Fairburn or whatever fire department that was. He's a follower, so to speak, and a student of fishing.
Yes, sounds like it.
404-872-0750, 800-972-8255. Do you have anything on Facebook?
I do. Britton, I think his name is Britton, would like to know, do you have an urban archery season in your area? I don't know what that means.
The question is whether I have an urban archery season in our area. There are everything's statewide. There's southern zone and northern zone, different rules apply, but the rifle season and archery season are statewide seasons, and I think you'll find that most of the case in most of the states. There will be counties in which you cannot use a firearm, and it will be archery only. But I don't think you'll generally find counties or restrictions that are for rifle season but against archery. Archery is much, much more confined. So you have to be a better hunter to be an archery hunter than a rifle hunter because you have to get close, really close. 53 after the hour. Yes, ma'am. I've got about 10 seconds and I'm out. Okay. You want to give me a hint?
Yeah, bears.
Oh, when we return, we will talk some about bears. Am I forgetting anything? Don't forget the book, O'Neill Outside, 45 Years in the Outdoors, People and Places Along the Way. And when we return, we're going to talk about bears with Woman Williams and then the Southern Grind guest book on the website, and we'll be back. It's bear time on O'Neill Outside on a Saturday morning, and Woman Williams has her contribution, and here it is about black bears in North Georgia. Ready?
We have black bears in North Georgia, without a doubt. We have the largest population on this side of Georgia, according to the DNR, and they're healthy, very healthy. They have 2 and 3 cubs at a time, which is kind of unusual. The problem is that we have people who feed them, and they are killing them because they are feeding them. A fed bear is a dead bear. That cannot be said enough. We are having to have the DNR come over into our little side of paradise here in North Georgia and actually trap bears because they are learning to get in your house. They can open doors. Guy was actually attacked in his kitchen about 3 weeks ago. came in late at night, and it was dark. He turned on the light, and there's a mama bear and a cub in there, and it scared the mama bear, and she smacked him. I don't know whether they've captured that bear or not, but when they capture him, he will be euthanized. And that's what you do when, you change their natural habits, and they cannot be relocated, and they cannot be rehabilitated. So please keep that in mind. Keep your trash up. We have to keep our trash inside the garage.
Mm-hmm.
We never leave it out, and you don't leave food in your car. You don't leave your dog food out. Please don't feed the bears.
We do not feed them a crumb.
Nope.
They are just fine without us.
Mm-hmm.
It's detrimental for you to feed the bears. You bunch of knuckleheads, stop it.
We have people in our neighborhood that do that. And actually, it's really entertaining. We love seeing them because when they see us out on our deck, and our deck's about 25 feet off the ground, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
When they see us out on the deck, they will actually come to us. They will come over to the
and beg.
And if we ignore them, they'll sit there and almost beg like a little dog.
All right, I got to get out of here. We've got more about black bears and Zach Brown Band and the Southern Grind and more outdoors headed your way after this.